You just think he's a musician. He's far more than that. Let me introduce you to his works. This is his latest book, entitled Beautiful Nubia's Book of Songs. Mind you, his name is Segun Akinlolu. You can add doctor if you want. If you opened this book, you would encounter the power of words. These are his songs. Now, these songs don't have beats, but has rhythm. Back to Calm is one of the songs here. Well, he says, the earth is spinning on its axis, and the sun is beaming bright at noon. The rain has fallen in due season, and I'm happy for those whose stocks are rising. You see, the road I work is not easy. I hurt in places no one can see. Where do you hurt?
Oh yeah, places no one can see.
Can I see it?
No one can see them one day.
Why?
And this applies to all of us. We all carry our silent scars and our hurts, People cannot see them. And if we choose to sing about them, if we choose to expose them, or we don't bring what hurts us. We do not bring our inefficiencies into this to inflict pain on society. We seek to resolve them within. We find a way to resolve them. And we can use music, we can use words, we can use other things to resolve. I find a lot of our people, a lot of the leaders we have, and that's why I understand them, that they use the pain they have, the lack that they have in their personalities, the hurts that they carry inside, they use that to inflict pain on others. And so when people understand that, they will stop hating those they are looking at as all these people who have destroyed us. If you understand that a lot of things go back to people's childhoods. And if you have a bad leader, go and check about his childhood. If you see a man who cannot love, who cannot care for his own people, who cannot do things that will benefit his people, you go and check how he grew up. You'll find that this is somebody who needs help. Not for you to be angry with them, it's for you to understand it and then say, in our time, we will try to do differently, we'll try to do better.
Are you saying many members of our political class
need
help?
They need help.
How do we help them?
Well, by first letting them realize that this is where the problem is. Because many of them don't seem to understand. They don't realize it. Many adults who are hurting and who have brought their childhood abuse, their childhood traumas, and they have brought them now to reflect on their adult life. And you see it everywhere. You see it in schools, you see it in business, you see it in music, you see it in sports, you see it in all kinds of industries. Any industry you can think about, you see that. In politics, you will see it. In governance in Nigeria, you will see it. People whose early childhood was actually spoilt by certain experiences that many of them have buried. And that's why when they've grown up now, you see them, they're not capable of loving people, of caring for people, of doing things that will benefit their society. Because you ask yourself, if somebody is in this position of power, why should he be happy to see people suffering like this? But you see, something is wrong somewhere. Something was wrong in their upbringing. Those who have been brought up well, those who have been fed love from early childhood, they will do better things for their societies. So we need to understand these people. We need to understand and then tell ourselves, not to judge them, not to castigate them, but tell ourselves that we should learn to do better, that we should raise our children properly now, because these are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. If you feed them love, if you teach them all the right principles of truth and hard work and honesty and humility and courage and perseverance and contentment, if we teach our children that, we create a generation that is thinking like that, this country will be... That's why I believe this country is going to change. Things are going to change. All over Africa, we're going to see change. It seems like a dream now, but yeah, we talked about dreams already. Dreams do come true. And sometimes when people say things, you say, I remember one story I read about the cell phone, and somebody was talking a few years ago and said, it's impossible that somebody will carry a phone in his pocket and be able to talk to somebody. That's what, people who had the dream said, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen a few years from now. Oh, you're going to be able to see somebody on your cell phone and be able to talk to them. Impossible. That's totally impossible. Now we're saying, some people are saying they want to go and live on Mars, and some people are saying it's not possible. Who says? Some people are saying they're going to start flying cars in the air. Some people are saying, no, it's not possible. I've learned not to say anything. I've learned, but I also believe, since we believe that technological advances are possible, the same way, people changing themselves is very possible. Society is changing. That's very possible too.
Looking at your thesis, I want to ask, how come it's those with disturbed childhood that now gain power in your country?
Because they need to have power. They need to have it. They need to be able to lord it over others. They need to be able to inflict the pain on. They need something to fill them up. There's a void you're trying to fill.
So how come those with beautiful childhood cannot compete with them?
Because they are usually very peaceful and very giving and very generous and very community oriented. They're always thinking, oh, just everything peaceful. And that's always. And then you find that the elements in society who have been poorly raised are the ones who go towards power. They're the ones who go towards money as a tool. My grandmother told me as a child, money must work for you. You do not work for money. I was only 7 when she was telling me this. She was already in her 70s or early, and she said, you must be the boss of money. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, well, you make money to send it on errands. You use money to improve your environment, to improve your people, to help your people, to help people around you. That's what money is for. You send it on errands, it will come back to you. You send it forth, it comes back to you more. You do not sit on money and worship it like your God. You do not keep gathering it. You look at many of our people, they just gather all this wealth. They just buy all these cars. They just have all these houses. They are so scared of losing what they've got. Somebody has 1 car, he's afraid he's going to lose it, he buys a second one. Then he has 10 and he's still buying it because he's afraid. He's so afraid. That fear comes from early childhood lack, early childhood deprivation. When you've been deprived of love, of material things, of many of these things when you are a child, you say, one day when I grow up, I will buy the best car in the country and I will oppress everybody.
But some of them are from wealthy homes.
But they didn't have love. Or they didn't, because being from a wealthy, having money, it's not the same. We know how it is. You can have all the money, if you don't raise your children, they end up as deformed adults. It's the same thing.